We went to Epcot Festival of the Holidays and specifically the Candlelight Processional dinner package. And was it worth it? Would we do it again? Was it worth the extra cost? My name is Kelly, and my husband and my youngest son and my parents all did this for the very first time, and we're here to let you know before you spend your money on that event. So first of all, the actual Candlelight Processional is free. So you could be walking and standing up at the American Pavilion and watch this processional. But if you actually want to sit down with your family and enjoy the event, that particular event, you need to get a dinner package. And this was really hard to get. There was a specific day that it opened at a specific time, and I logged in within minutes of the opening time. And the only really option available was a $2.25 dinner at the Spice Road table, which is a Mediterranean tapas. And you basically get that dinner for each member of your party. It was a $49 prefix dinner, if you will, for tapas per person. And then you got 4 tickets. So at the time, it was me, my husband, my son, and my mom. My dad decided he wasn't going to go, but then he changed his mind. And you are not, pro tip, you are not able to get a 5th ticket, but he was able to enjoy the dinner with us. So the Spice Road table was, again, $49 per person. It was tapas. We each got a large appetizer, which was tangine, and we all shared that, and that was very, very good. It was a rice kind of appetizer. And then each of us got to pick 2 tapas off of the menu that we could just share kind of family style, I guess I'll call it. And it was really good. Now, I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. It just really wasn't something that I would probably order. My dad loved it. He gave it a 10 out of 10. He thought it was awesome, which is really interesting because he's kind of a meat and potatoes kind of person. But he really enjoyed the tapas. So then again, after your 2 tapas, they brought like a dessert platter, which had baklava and other things. And that was awesome. I would give a 10 out of 10 for the dessert, and so would my mom. So then with that, you got your ticket to the Candlelight Processional. And for us, it was for the 7 p.m. showing. So we enjoyed the rest of the world, if you will, while we had some drinks and some food, which we'll try and include some of those things as we went along. And lined up for the Candlelight Processional. People were already lining up for the 7 p.m. showing at 5:30. The line was actually already long. As a matter of fact, about 6:10 or so, I went and asked a cast member, is this the line for if you actually have a ticket? And she was a little confused. She didn't think it was, but actually when I asked a second cast member, it was. So pro tip, you will be in a long line. The line for this, which again ended at the American Pavilion, went all the way back to Morocco. So for those who know the world, it went all the way back. We were actually worried that we weren't going to be able to sit together because the line was so long already at 6:10. Don't worry, it was no problem. Once they started seating people, and they started seating people roughly about 6:20, the line went pretty fast and there was plenty of seating. There's actually more seating than what looks to be at the naked eye, if you will. So we had no troubles. We ended up sitting by 6:45. We were in our seats. We were all together. We could see just fine and with no trouble. So keep that in mind. My dad was actually standing in the back. He did not get in the standby queue, and he said he could see it just fine as well. So again, if you don't want to pay the price of a dinner package, you will be able to see the show. It just, you won't be sitting down. He said he got a little tired towards the end, but he still really enjoyed the show. Now, the actual show, it was awesome. When you first get there, you'll get this Epcot Festival of the Holidays brochure that has all the information for Epcot's Festival of the Holidays in it, including the cookie stroll and all the different foods. But also in it is the Candlelight Processional, I'll call it kind of program, for lack of a better word. And again, it's in the American Gardens Theater. It's a narrated retelling of the Christmas story, accompanied by a mass choir, a 50-piece orchestra, herald trumpets, and yes, it was like what you think about, the long trumpets that you think about at Christmas time, and Voices of the Liberty. You enter the queue closest to Japan, and again, for us, it was actually towards Morocco, and arrive no later than 15 minutes prior to showtime. And again, don't worry about a seat. there was plenty, and it was packed. So there's actually a conductor that is like a legit conductor of the orchestra. So again, 50-piece orchestra, all the show programs, the old songs that you kind of think about. It really was a spiritual show, but you don't have to be spiritual to enjoy this. It really, like I said, Brendan Fraser was our narrator, and this was the first time Brendan Fraser had done the narration for the Candlelight Processional, and it was amazing. It really had that feeling of Christmas to all of us. My husband, who was a little bit of a bah humbug when he saw the line, actually said at the end that it made the whole trip. For most of us, it even beat the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas. Even though that was a 10 out of 10 too, this just had that Christmas spiritual feeling with the orchestra and the choir and the narration. Highly recommend. And again, if you can't afford the dinner package, I understand that that was very expensive. Just take the time to stand in the back. You will enjoy this experience. The show was about 40 minutes. And again, at night with the lights and the decorations and the music, highly, highly recommend. So other things that we did is we did try some of the drinks. In Japan, we had the violet sake, and my dad and I tried that. We did the Charles Dickens Christmas carols. And then again, that was in the American Pavilion as well. It was about 15 minutes. They're all dressed up in what you envision for the Charles Dickens Christmas carolers. They sing the old songs, plenty of seating. You actually can sit on the floor, or there are some benches. We got there maybe 5 minutes before the thing started, one of the shows started. We sat on the floor and it was just fine. It was actually really, really fun. There is a cookie stroll. We did not partake in the cookie stroll. So if you do want to partake in the cookie stroll, your brochure that you get has kind of a stamp that you can put your cookies, and then you get a prize at the end. And it says right where you get your cookies. We did not partake in that. We chose to just kind of buy what we wanted and drink what we wanted. We tried the Italy seasonal beer, and that was really, really good. My dad gave it a 10 out of 10. Dad was a high ranker. He gave everything a 10 out of 10. We're now in Italy for our holiday drinking around the world. We have the seasonal beer. Oh, that's good. I would give that an 8 out of 10. What do you think, Dad?
Another 10.
Another 10. He gives it a 10. He's liking all the drinks here this year. He gave everything a 10 out of 10. He really enjoyed it. We all loved it. But he was kind of my go-to person with trying things, and he really enjoyed the Italy seasonal beer. The caramel flight. If you are a fan of caramels, I really recommend this. It came with 4 different flavors. It was very soft and kind of ooey gooey. Really enjoyed that. My son had the Rice Krispie treat, the Christmas Rice Krispie treat. He really enjoyed that. We went to Mexico and went on the Grand Fiesta tour ride. And honestly, that was the first time we had gone on that. We've been to Epcot a few times, but it was a walk-on, and it was really cute. I would put it like towards kind of It's a Small World, Mexican style, and much shorter, but that kind of experience. So really fun, all ages, short little ride that you can bring your drink on, your margarita on, and enjoy the Grand Fiesta tour. We also then in France tried the hot cocoa martini. And that was really good as well. My parents each gave it a 10 out of 10. I would give it more of an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed another one, the pumpkin spice one, a little better, but the hot cocoa martini was very good. My son then got the berries crepe, and that was the first time we've tried the crepe. He gave it a 10 out of 10 as well. He said the berries was really good. He just wished it had a few more berries. And then for the highlight, we went to UK to end the night with fish and chips. Seriously, if I could give it a 15 out of 10, I would give it a 15 out of 10. It is a huge piece of fish with fries that are amazing. They call them chips. Is shareable. We bought 3 orders for the 5 of us, and we shared those 3 orders with a beer, and nothing better than ending Epcot with UK fish and chips. So, was it worth it? Yes. 100% yes. Even if the tapas at Spice Road Table, I would only give a 6. My dad gave a 10 out of 10. I would still do it again. It was that nice. Now, would I want to stand at the end? Maybe. If I couldn't get in, I would definitely stand at the light festival, the candlelight processional. I would stand if I had to. But honestly, sitting and enjoying that during the Christmas holiday just really for us was a highlight. So I would still probably try to get the dinner package if I could. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. It helps move my channel forward. And take a look at this next video.